Welcome back. You're still tuned into Closing Trades right here on ET Now. And let's now put the spotlight on Protean Egov. The board of directors have approved acquisition of about 4.95% stake in NSDL Payments Bank. What does that mean for the company? To understand that, we now have the MD and CEO at the company, Mr. Suresh Sethi, now joining us. Mr. Sethi, afternoon, and thank you so much for joining us here on ET Now. First up, let's talk about your investment in NSDL Payments Bank. How will it fit into Protean's long-term vision of building population-scale digital financial infrastructure? And what kind of strategic outcomes would you define success, would actually define success over the next few years?
Payment banks were, as we all know, originally conceived to solve last-mile inclusion challenges. And they're clearly now emerging as institutions which are able to process high throughputs. They are technology-led financial platforms by design, and they serve millions within a regulated framework. NSDL Payments Bank clearly reflects this evolution, and it has been built with a digital-first vision to provide simple, secure, and accessible banking to the last mile. And I think that is what, in a way, drove us to look at this as a strategic investment and partnership, because Protean has been building digital infrastructure at scale. And therefore, we believe that this gives us a chance to partner over here and co-create, pilot, and scale a comprehensive suite of certified digital banking technologies on a secure and compliant platform, with NSDL Payment Bank serving as one of our anchor customers. We clearly see a lot of adjacencies with our existing businesses. As you're aware, Protean is one of the only, or the uniquely placed to be the only company which provides all four facets of digital identity, so powering the digital stack of the bank. It opens avenues for collaboration across onboarding, authentication, and regulatory tech. And by being able to create this complete suite of certified and regulated digital tech, we see the ability to expand this to other institutions.
Okay, Mr. Sethi, that sounds good. But now that you've scaled this partnership with NSDL Payments Bank, any plan on scaling this kind of partnership to other banks, other fintechs, or maybe any other regulated entities, anything in the works?
No, this is just directionally where we are going. As I mentioned, we would definitely look at partnering with institutions which are contributing to India's digital stack. And the philosophy definitely, converges over here. And therefore, we look for any and all opportunities where we can scale up.
And Mr. Sethi, 3 to 5 years down the line, how could this partnership then help NSDL Payments Bank contribute to your top line? What kind of benefit financially will the company have?
Would be difficult to put a forward-looking statement over here, but it is very core to the businesses we do, as I already mentioned. And therefore, we clearly see synergies coming out in our identity stack, the line of business where we provide all the digital foundational services based on identity, as you've seen our business vertical over there. The other area we clearly see getting a boost is the app layer that we are building on top of our identity stack, where we are developing RegTech, we are developing digitization suites and applications. And I think over here, as we co-create with the bank in building a digital tech suite of services, that is where we see the leverage and the inflection points coming.
Okay, and Mr. Sethi, can you give us an update on the progress of the 1,370 crore rupee landmark mandate from the DAI? What is happening on that front?
No, we are happy to report that some of our Aadhaar Seva kendras have gone live since we last spoke. Definitely the deployment is going on. And we look forward, as we mentioned, to start clocking revenues from the last quarter and then moving into the next quarter for carrying the deployment to the full scale. So there is good progress on that.
And Mr. Sethi, you also have cash worth about 800 crores on your books. How will this cash be deployed, if you have any plans?
So the cash gives us a good base on which to plan multiple things. As we mentioned earlier also that, over the course of last 3 to 4 quarters, we've secured some very critical, nationally critical mandates from the government, be it the Sarsai KYC 2.0 or the Bima Sugam or the Aadhaar Seva Kendras deployment. So part of our capital is definitely going towards financing or funding these large scale turnkey projects where we are deploying digital public infrastructure at a population scale. The other area is to clearly look at inorganic opportunities like the one we've recently concluded with NSDL Payments Bank. We will keep a lookout for innovative technologies. We'll keep lookout for partnerships which take us a faster go-to-market or open opportunities for market access. So that is always something which the company is looking out towards.
Okay, that sounds positive. And Mr. Sethi, I know slightly forward-looking, but if you could throw some light on if there are any new government contracts in the works, anything in the pipeline that you could share?
So we are always on the lookout for adjacent businesses in the place of digital public infrastructure. As of now, no particular comments on any contract. But yes, these are opportunities we are constantly scoring for and working on.
Understood. And Mr. Sethi, how are your new business verticals performing and how have they been contributing to the overall top line growth of the company?
As we spoke earlier, we are very happy to report that the last quarter was the first time that we were able to bring in double-digit growth from our new businesses. Our businesses contributed almost 12% of our top line in the ensuing half year, and we see definitely momentum on that front. This is further bolstered by the large-scale, large projects that we are working on, which have started to contribute on the same basis, and therefore the diversification directionally is moving as we have been envisaging all along.
Okay, so lots to watch out for. And lastly, also help us understand what is your growth guidance going ahead in terms of revenue as well as margins. Any number if you could share with us on the financials front?
So as we've been mentioning earlier, we are looking at consistent growth going forward. And some of our new businesses, which especially are SaaS-driven and more aligned towards fee-based businesses and creating an annuity pool, will definitely improve the margin profile for us going forward. I will not at this stage share any specific numbers, but really see a strong trajectory with especially the large-scale projects also contributing to it, and margin profile to improve with fee businesses and annuity businesses kicking in.
Okay, Mr. Sethi, on that note, we'll let you go. Thank you so much for joining us and sharing with us your outlook for the company and the plans ahead. Thanks once again. With that, viewers, let's the pivot to the conversation on the fundamentals right now. We have Mr. Deepan Mehta, Director at Elixir Equities. Give us a sense on where you're seeing the markets headed right now. Overall, there is a sentiment of negativity in the market, and it has been since the start of this week. And in fact, that intensified yesterday too. We're even struggling to hold on to 25,800. Directionally, where do you think the markets are headed?
Yeah, good afternoon. Thank you for having me on your show. I think that the sentiment is a bit subdued because of this rupee depreciation, and that's clearly playing on the minds of a lot of investors. And this kind of a decline which we have seen in versus the dollar and all the other currencies does have implications for the economy, for the inflation, and in a way it does affect the kind of investor strategies also, because till now we are focused largely on domestic businesses, and now I think international businesses also come into play. So I think that this entire rupee depreciation, delay in getting a trade deal with US, these seem to be playing on the minds of investors. But I think that this is a temporary phase, and typically once the earnings season starts in January, I'm pretty hopeful that the numbers which will come through will be very impressive, because it's been a good earnings season because of good festive season and marriage season also. So I'm hopeful that this is just sideways correction and investors need to wait through these tough times.
Okay. Okay, so that's the view on the market. But Mr. Mehta, also wanted your thoughts on Meesho. If you track that counter, we were discussing that with Snehi before the break. The stock is locked in upper circuit of 20%, and UBS is very bullish on that counter. Your view on Meesho if you track this company?
Yeah, see, it's a concept stock, and in a way, one of its kind. Investors don't have access to any clear kind of a marketplace of the type of business that Meesho has got. And they are in fact the largest marketplace. They are diversifying their product revenues as well, And although there are certain doubts around monetizing because they don't charge any commission, but investors are hopeful that by offering other services like logistics and data and advertising, the company should be able to turn positive sooner rather than later. So from that point of view, I think there's a lot of interest in such businesses. In this country now, we are finding very difficult to find good quality growth stocks, and it's all these new age businesses only which can really create sustainable long term growth, and that is why I think investors are latching onto these companies. I also suspect that because the issue's gone so successful, investors who may have got a smaller allocation in Meesho may want to tank up and average higher, and that may also be in play over here. But I would say that at these levels better to wait and watch. We have seen this play out also in urban company. Also something similar happened. The stock got listed, a lot of fanfare around it, great appreciation, went to high of 160 or so, and then corrected from there. So I'm pretty certain that sooner or later we may see a correction in Meesho as well. So I'm not chasing the stock at these levels, but these are all great companies to track and keep in mind to perhaps invest at an appropriate time when there is some valuation comfort.
Okay, so that's an interesting take coming in on Meesho. But on that note, viewers, time to slip into a very short break. We'll keep the market discussion going on the other side. So stay tuned. We'll be right back.